Hey friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Ken Smith. Have you ever wanted to take your Model A or your Model T or maybe another older vintage car and go camping for a weekend? Or maybe just take an extended trip using a camper? Well, I'm here to tell you that you can. And this is the camper that we chose to get, not only for our Model A if we want to go camping, but also for us if we wanted to go on an extended trip and we wanted to take the modern car. This camper can be towed with your vintage vehicle, and we're going to show you inside just what it's like. So stick around. This here is an Aspen quality trailer. This particular model is called the Classic, and this was the perfect all-around camper that we decided to get. Now, my wife and I and our daughter and our golden retriever, believe it or not, have all camped inside that trailer. It's designed for two, but we figured out a way of getting three of us in there, comfortably I might add, and do it in a way that we felt was comfortable, and we thoroughly enjoy this camper. Here's something else that's really cool about it. Believe it or not, it has AC. That's right, air conditioning for this camper. So let's check it out. This trailer is designed so that it can be, if you need to access what they call the basement, which is the undercarriage right here, the fiberglass portion of the body, you can actually access it without having to remove the tent. And this is kind of a pop-up design. But the beauty part of this is that literally within a few minutes of you getting to your destination, if it's raining outside, you can set this up within a few minutes and you're inside the tent, or inside the pop-up, if you will, for the remainder of the setup process. It's also, what's fantastic about this is that I've actually set this up inside the garage. There's just enough clearance in my garage so that I can set it up and clean it up after a camping trip. But let's say we need to access something while we're out on the road. We don't have time to sit there and disconnect it from our vehicle and then take everything apart. So what we do is we access it from this side. So from the passenger side, we simply disconnect it and then raise it up, and then we have access. So it's a little hard to see, but the top is actually held on with this kind of elastic band, and it clips on right there. Okay, so that's what holds the top on. So all we do to take the top off is literally just slap that off, and then I have access to these little padlocks that I put on. You don't, it doesn't come with padlocks, but you know, it's not a heavy duty padlock. It just keeps an honest person honest. Originally they came with little S-hooks, and you just slip the S-hook in and out, and that's literally what keeps the top hinge portion closed. So we'll go ahead and show you how we access that now. All right, so we just go ahead and undo the hooks, or the elastic band on the side. There's one here in the center. I go ahead and undo that as well. And then there's one here in the back, and I go ahead and undo that as well. And now I can raise this as soon as I take my heavy duty padlocks off. Nothing to it really. Just, again, like I said, they didn't come with padlocks, but we just put them on because it keeps an honest person honest. I could probably break this padlock with a pair of pliers, to be honest with you, or a heavy-duty screwdriver. But that's not the point. I just go ahead, I take them off. For me, I like placing things on top of the cooler. And at this juncture, I just kind of lift this a little bit out of the way, and then there's a strap right here and another strap right here. And when I go to lift this up, it'll lock in place, and I'll show you inside the basement. Now you can see that the basement has a lot of storage space. In fact, if memory serves me correct, it's 22 cubic feet. It's a lot of storage space. I've got a 5,000 BTU unit sitting right there, along with extra tarps. I have a water filter and a water hose to hook up at a campsite. I've got a huge extension cord back here wrapped up. I also have some rope lights to set up around my tent. And over here, I just have a little step stool that I fold out, and that's what actually holds the AC unit. And also have the boot that attaches if I want to use the AC unit. And I'll show you that in a little while. The step stool serves that purpose. Obviously got a 4-way for my spare tire. I have on order, actually, the spare tire holder that goes underneath the cooler. It's just not here yet. Everything else is all storage space. And believe it or not, our entire tent is sitting right there. This locks into position once you raise it up. And to lower it, all you need to do is gently raise it up and push that red knob in, and the whole thing comes right back down again. So it's really a great little system. You got 2 strong arms on either side. That's the lock right there. So we'll go ahead and lower it, and then we'll start actually raising the tent. All right, this is the first time I've ever tried doing this, so we're going to see if we can actually get the tongue weight. Ugh. According to this, it says 69.9 pounds. Second time is 69.4. Hopefully you saw it that time. So I would safely say, if you want to say that the way it's sitting right now, about 70 pounds of tongue weight, that's nothing. And my wife is able to pick this up and move it around. My daughter's been able to pick this up and move it around. When we throw our bedding in there, it probably adds maybe another 20 pounds. But that's about the extent of it. So that is, to me, a very light trailer. Now, initially, I was going to actually set this up on a bright sunny day. But as you can see, it looks like it's about ready to dump here pretty soon. So the goal is to get the trailer set up and then taken down as quickly as possible, because in essence, this is kind of how it was designed to go. It's a little warm out here, but I'm going to go ahead, pull the trailer, like this was going to be our campsite, and we were going to extend the trailer out this way. So we're going to see just how easy it is to really set this up. So far, so good. Until I ran into that. Now I need to leave enough room for the bed to come out on that side over there. Generally, what I like to do is put down the stands next. We've got 4 support stands, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. I generally like to drop the tongue down and then set the back support stands. That just helps to stabilize it. And then I put the stabilizer down on the front. But for the sake of time, I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to drop them down and not worry so much about leveling. And that's more of a safety issue than anything else. Now, one of the things that I do when I take the top off is I store some additional stuff up here in the event that I'm going to go ahead and use that. What I mean by that is we have an accessory screen room that is 10 feet by 10 feet that attaches to our pop-up trailer. We're not going to put that on because that's an accessory and it doesn't necessarily need or come with the basic setup. We're just going to set up the basic setup. This is that screen room I was telling you about. So we're just going to, and it's really not a screen room, it's really an auxiliary room. Doesn't have a floor, just a room. Designed to keep you dry if you want to stay dry. This is the bag that it comes in, and so if we decide not to use it, we usually don't take it with us, and then what we do is just store it in the bag. The other thing that again is kind of optional is what you see right here. We generally will set this down on the entryway, but again, for the sake of this video, we're not going to sit there and hook those all up. But what's really nice is that you actually get to see how much additional storage you have on the top. None of this has to go inside. Now these are the poles for the screen room. We don't need those, so we're going to set those over here because remember, we're just setting up the basic tent. We are going to need these. And this is my kneeling pad because I'm an old guy and us old guys need a little soft cushion to kneel on, especially when I've beaten up my knees most of my life playing competitive softball, and I was a mechanic and you're walking on concrete all day. That's tough. So I use this little kneeling pad to just kind of walk around and drop down those supports. But if you were to take the top off, this would be what you would normally see with the standard options that we got. Okay? These straps just snap on. So we take those off. You're not going to believe how easy this goes up. We take that off. We take that off. And again, if I was at a campsite and I needed to kind of hurry because it's raining, I'm obviously not messing around. Next, I move this. And then I lift this section out and kind of hold it while I set the back of the bed up. So I do it like this. I make sure my leg is locked in position. It is. And then I fold the rest of the tent out. Now just before I do that, I need access to get inside the tent. So I'm going to go ahead and unzip the door so I can get in. And this allows me access inside here. So next up, we just fold the two sections out like you see, just like that. And then I'm going to get inside. I'm going to pull this bar out to lock it in position, and then I'm going to start raising it from the inside. So once I pull this bar out, I'll go ahead and get the camera set up so you can see the inside. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. And just like that, we're inside, and the rest of the setup can be all done inside. So if it's raining, we can stay dry and our bedding stays dry. So let's take a look inside. So here I am inside. Remember, we extended these poles out first, and then we raised this up. And that kind of gets us centered. Now our bed's right here, but we got a couple other poles that we need to set up. And I kind of cheat a little bit, but I'm going to show you how I do it. It's quite warm in here, honestly. These are the 3 poles that I took out earlier. And they can be stored in the basement, so if you want to do a completely dry setup, you can. I just elect not to put them in there, but if I knew that we were going to be raining during setup, I guarantee you I'd be setting these poles on the inside. So we've got the back pole right here that we need to the back roof support that we need. And so what I look for, and I actually marked this, is the pole that says back, because I'm dumb. So that's what I do. I just kind of lock it in there in the center. You hear that snap? And then I just kind of raise it up and push it back like so. I slide this bed back here like so, and then I work on moving this pole up. And so again, probably need to have that a little bit more centered. There we go. Arms. Come on, big guy. Normally my wife is up on the bed, but how would you set this up if you were by yourself? Well, this is how I would do it. There. All right. Now we got that. I can take this down. We've got the back pole set up. Now, I snap that next to it. We've got the center pole set up. Next to that, pop this in. I come over here to the front. And I have a complete setup. Let's take a look inside. Okay, so you might be wondering, how in the world do you access all that stuff that you had in the basement? Well, the basement, part of the trailer, it's right there. So if I want to access it, it's in this door right here. Come check it out. There's everything that you looked at before. So all our bedding is inside. We just simply pull it out and we set it up. Now, if you want to go away somewhere, a little bit of security there by just locking things up. Now, you might be asking, well, where's the AC go? Right there. So there's a black Velcro boot. Let's see if I can access it fairly easy. There we go. There's this boot. It goes around the AC unit with a cinch strap, and then you'll notice that there's Velcro. And you bring the AC unit on the outside, fit it through the hole, and then the Velcro is right here, and it attaches all the way around. Now, if you don't want to use AC, you don't have to. And that's the beauty part, because if you come to the other side, you can simply Velcro this closed, just like you see it. So you don't have to use AC. But it sure is nice if you're camping somewhere like Middle Tennessee, and it's 95 degrees outside, and it's horrific, and you really wish you had air. But that is literally how easy it is to set this up. So let's take a quick walk around. Now again, like I said, there's jack stands that support and keep everything square. There's the leg support. Again, it just folds down. You got a couple of notches there if you need to adjust things. We'll come around on this side. You can see the back side, which, by the way, there's a plastic cord that fits inside here and then attaches, fits inside there, and then attaches to the bottom if you wanted to use this for an awning and unzip the insides and just have fresh air coming through. But is that a crazy wild trailer tent that weighs nothing? I think so. This was designed for motorcycles to pull behind. This is designed for small cars. Our little RAV is only a 4-cylinder. So much like the Model A, I don't want to put a whole lot of wear and tear on that vehicle, and I don't have to. Not with a setup like this. It's really just that simple, and you saw how easy it is. It goes up and down. One thing I forgot to mention is this little pocket right here. This is actually a small sleeve that sits inside, so if you wanted to put a rain jacket in here or something small, you could. Usually if I think that we're definitely going to be setting up in the rain, or there's a possibility, I'll slip the my rain jacket in there. But really, it's just really that simple. Now, the big question that I know you're asking is, can a Model A tow it? Well, let's find out. The pictures that you're looking at right now shows the additional 9x9 screen room that we can add to the trailer. And I also have some pictures showing it without the screen room. Unfortunately,
Aspen Quality Trailers no longer makes trailers. However, there's plenty of these that are available used, and Aspen Quality Trailers still supports any of the accessories or repair parts that you might need. I'll throw a link down in the description so you can check them out. Our particular trailer we picked up used about 550 miles away from home. We found it on Marketplace, but there are also motorcycle forums that you can take a look at because this is a very popular trailer still today, and they do appear on motorcycle forums as well.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed that. Have a wonderful day, and you all be blessed.